What are we going to do now? They took our vineyard and our house away. Where are we going to live? What are we going to do? Those questions must have been weighing heavily on a young boy in the mid-1920s when a bank evicted his family from the vineyard. Life was hard. Max was just a little kid stealing coal and sugar beets to keep his family alive during post-World War I Germany. Although times were hard, some things went okay for him. He received an education, had a beautiful girlfriend, and a job. All of these things were about to change when Germany invaded Poland. Max joined the Weapons SS as a truck driver, and soon had to separate from his family and friends to fight in one of the most prestigious units of the German army. He was sent to Stalingrad, Russia, where he was later captured and made a POW. Fortunately, he was not one of the 50+% of people who starved or froze to death in the Siberian winter. He said it was a brick wall in a field that saved his life, as it sheltered him from the cold wind and the snow. A few months later, Max got released, rejoined the SS, and got captured by Patton's Third Army. Max used to look back and smile when he told me about those days being an American POW and seeing Patton on 3 different occasions. Patton ordered the POWs to eat as much as they could, so they made Max a cook to feed the masses. One day he got a good idea to make schnapps and hide it in a woodpile next to the stove. Well, the woodpile caught fire and burnt the whole kitchen down. He used to laugh when he told me that he had to carry a wooden log around for a whole week as punishment. To his surprise, though, World War II was over, and the captain of the United States Army signed his release paperwork, which made him a free man again. He returned to a destroyed Germany. His girlfriend before the war had been displaced as her house was blown up many times during the war. It took nearly 2 years for Max to find his girlfriend again. This time, though, they got married, built a house, and had 4 kids. Fortunately, life was still hard. Post-World War II Germany wanted to forget all about the SS and persecuted the soldiers who had returned from war from far away just to find the country's lives and families in ruin. Max was never allowed a passport or a driver's license. For decades after the war, he relied on a bicycle, on buses and trains to provide for his family. He was afraid to talk about the war, although his unit was never accused of war crimes or had any contact with the Jewish population. Max loved his family. Every day he would take his kids and grandkids on bicycle rides to picnics and swimming pools. He never went to the bars, and he always had money working in a factory, and went a lifetime without incurring debt. Max loved the Americans. He would have a tear in his eye when he talked about how good the Americans treated him, how they played soccer with the POWs, and treated everyone with dignity after World War II. He was so happy when he found out that his granddaughter married an American. Max lived a life that fairy tales and action movies are made of. He's a role model for every person who has had a tough life. Max overcame persecution, poverty, and serves as an example of hard work and dedication. Max taught me that your life may not always be fair. However, with hard work, living below your means, and having strong family values, you could one day be the happiest man in the world. Max was my grandfather. He died on December 26, 2007. He was 86 years old. His wish was to be cremated, put into a biodegradable urn, and planted under an oak tree on top of a mountain. Today he lives as a building block of life, carbon, as part of a huge oak tree that is guaranteed to live for another 100 years on top of a mountain overlooking the city that he lived in. I'm lucky to know him, and I live every day trying to be the man that he was. Wise, gentle, brave, loving, and most importantly, happy. That's my speech about my grandpa.